What it do, what it does, what it be like. It's your boy Black Girl, aka Dr. H.A.A.S, and this is the Doctor's Orders Podcast, brought to you by H.A.A.S Entertainment and Enterprises in collaboration with VisionSport Management. Appreciate you guys coming back. Check us out. Got a special young man tonight, a kickboxing fighter. He will definitely be one of the first fighters I've had on. Of course, Jonathan Belton with Vision Sport. That's the bro. Shout out to JB. And I had powerlifting on here. Shout out to my dog Robert Fontenot. He's still out there competing. So this will be my first on the podcast. We have Mr. Ashton Bertrand. How you doing tonight, brother?
Doing pretty good. You?
Oh, pretty well. Glad to have you on tonight. From what I understand, you started your athletic journey at Fairview High School out there in Mitty, Louisiana. Kind of explain to us your upbringing, man. What kind of got you into doing sports and what eventually brought you into kickboxing?
Growing up, both my parents, they let us try different sports, and they want us to have things fun that we like to do, keep us active. And while my brother went, different direction with football, I stuck with baseball. First time I started playing baseball, I absolutely fell in love with it. And I played all the way from when I was 4 years old up until, my senior year of high school.
Right. So that's pretty dope right there. And for to understand, you are into baseball first. That was kind of introduced you into your athletic journey there?
Yes, sir.
Pretty cool. So how did that kind of contribute into your transition into kickboxing? What kind of lessons did you learn from that part of athletics going into fighting as you got older?
I definitely learned the discipline aspect, hard work, putting in practice, putting in training to get better. You gotta practice 5 times a week, and then for a 2-month season, hard work, discipline is what came from baseball.
Absolutely, man. And yeah, that practice and discipline aspect that translates well into all aspects of real life living. So it's good that you're able to pick up those solid traits and work habits at an early age. Moving forward nowadays, you are doing your training at Silverbacks Martial Arts out in Oberlin, Louisiana. Shout out to y'all. I know that got to be kind of intense, man. Kind of run us through a regular day out there training at Silverbacks with Mr. Morgan now.
Well, a regular day for me is actually a little more intense than for others. I'm always the demonstration dummy, I like to say, But so Monday's always our Muay Thai day, and it could range anywhere from doing simple boxing to head kicks or elbows or clinch work, what have you. And it's an hour of training. Before the hour of training, it's a 30-minute intense workout that's geared towards the functioning muscles of kickboxing and Muay Thai. So we get that 30 minutes of workout, and we get an hour of intense training every day, and I train 4 days a week.
Jeez. That 4 days a week sounds too much. I barely can do sit-ups and push-ups a couple of days out the week, man. I don't know how you do it. That's got to be tough as nails, man, especially with a trainer like Morgan. Speaking of which, how has he influenced your development when it comes to kickboxing? With Morgan Guillory, shout out to him. How has he influenced you so far, man?
I spar with him a lot, and just seeing the big skill gap between me and him. He's an amazing fighter, and it makes me want to be as good as him one day. And I definitely got a lot more discipline just from want to be as good as him. I got that. I learned a lot of lessons about discipline and hard work from him.
Right.
He would tell me he would train 6 hours a day. So I train 4 days a week.
Right. To spread it out, but yeah.
So I've learned a lot from him when it comes to hard work and training.
Yeah. I can hear it in your voice, man. I know you got a strong work ethic, man, and it's going to shine through as you go into these battles as you move forward. Speaking of which, congratulations on your first win at the International Kickboxing Federation, man. Elaborate on that experience for me. Tell me the kind of emotions you were going through and how did it feel to come out on top in your first fight. All righty. All right. What to do, everybody? Had a few technical difficulties, man, but we We shook it back. Ashton got reconnected, stronger and better than ever. So I'm going to pick up where we left off. I'm not sure you guys heard my last question, so I'm going to go ahead and repeat it for Mr. Ashton here, man. First of all, we want to congratulate you on your victory at the International Kickboxing Federation. Like I said, man, run through those emotions and how you felt to get that victory and what it meant to you.
Well, first, thank you for the congratulations.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it was only a 2-round bout, and after the second round, when they called us to the middle, I knew I had won before they raised my hand. I felt I had a pretty dominant performance, and when they raised my hand, it was almost feeling of relief, like I didn't lose. I was more relieved I didn't lose than I was excited that I won.
That you won. No, I feel that. Yeah. So that's dope, man.
It's that competitive nature I got.
Well, that's a good trait to have in that type of arena there, because there's not many things that you don't have to use your full heart and soul to be great at. It's like if you want to be the top competitor, and it don't matter what it is, football, basketball, fighting, if it's a job you like to do, actors, rappers, it's all the same. If you want to be the best, you got to feel it in your soul. So, and preparation is always key, which brings me to the next question I want to ask you. You got an event coming up in November. So how you going about preparing for that one, and what are you doing to be different than the last time that you went into the ring?
Definitely a lot of technical sparring with my teammates, and a lot of sparring with Morgan. Me and Morgan spar a lot. He gives me different looks, different styles to work with. He'll fight from the outside, he'll fight from the inside, he'll fight with a Muay Thai style, or he'll fight with a Taekwondo style. We give it a lot of different looks just to where I'm prepared for whatever comes.
Yeah. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. So that's really cool. I like that. So with that being said, training partnerships is kind of crucial when it comes to combat sports. So how is your camaraderie with those guys that you just spoke on? How has that kind of elevated your game to the next level?
Well, we get along very well, but what really helps is I have guys who are taller than me, and I have guys that are shorter than me. I have guys who are way taller than me. I have guys who are just, extremely short. Yeah. So I have to deal with a lot of inside fighting. I have to deal with outside fighting. So I have to learn how to do it both. We have some people who are heavy kickers, heavy boxers. Morgan, whenever I think I'm figuring out what Morgan's doing, he'll switch up on me. So my teammates and Morgan, they give me a lot of good looks to be able to train with.
Yeah, that's a good look, though. I like that. That you got some good competition within the circle. And let's see, as you look back on your journey from baseball to kickboxing, are there any moments or milestones that stand out especially significant or rewarding for you?
I will say that winning a fight was a lot better feeling than winning a baseball game. A big thing with that is baseball is a team sport. So Muay Thai, it's down to me and my coach. My coach giving me help during the fight, but all the pressure's on me. It's just myself, not relying on anybody else except for my coach. So it takes a lot of hard work and focus. So it's a lot more rewarding when you win at something like fighting.
See, that's a big deal, man. I wouldn't even have thought of it that way, actually. Because when I think about team sports, a lot of folks want to be the standout on the team. I want to be the quarterback. I want to be the. But yeah, I never really heard it from that perspective. Like, it's really just all about you. So it means that much more. It's all about your dedication, all about the way that you train. That's pretty cool, man. I wouldn't have looked at it that way. To pivot off of that, kickboxing is very physically demanding. How do you prioritize recovery and ensure that you're in optimal condition for each fight? How do you become your best, bro?
As far as recovery, although I hate it, ice baths. Ice baths and cold showers are a must for recovery. Massage gun, anything like that. As far as rest with training 4 times a week, I train all week, and then all weekend as much as possible, I try to just relax, get some rest, and not do too much overexert myself to where I'm fresh to train all week next week.
Right. So, yeah, let me add on to that. You said when you get opportunity to rest and relax, what do you do outside of the sport? Like, what kind of hobbies you got? What do you enjoy, man?
So I like to fish. I like to fish. I like to just take rides in my car. Take my girlfriend on dates. Just anything where I can sit back, relaxed, and not lifting anything, not doing any kind of work as much as possible.
Yeah. Separate yourself from for the moment. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
I battle that a lot, really. I have a certain set, I say schedule, but it's very fluid. I kind of do things when I want and how I want, but it's always with a sense of purpose. I find myself from something. We record this podcast right now. I might be lining up something else for another day. I participate in recording a lot of music. We're starting to work with visuals and motion pictures, and we may even get into the craft of making. That's my problem right there. Is I like to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I'm gonna ask you, how hard is it to stay dedicated and focused to just your one craft when you may be, might have your heart elsewhere when you want to do other things? How is it so easy to stay focused on what you want to do?
Well, for me, I find it pretty easy to train every day because it's something I love. That's the highlight of my day is going to the gym, working out, and then getting my reps in the gym training. I really never have anything that distracts me. At 4:30, I'm getting ready. At 5, I'm leaving. If you're my friend and you want to hang out, we ain't hanging out from the hours of 5 to 7 o'clock. It's something I love, so I'm very dedicated, and I go every day.
That's good, man. That's good. And how do they respond to that? Or I'm sure the close friends are understanding, but how is that with the friends and fam?
They took it rough at first, but they eventually got used to it because they understood that wasn't nothing going to change my mind.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's something you love. So at least when it comes to my loved ones, if they like it, I love it, and I hope that they support me the same way. Man, that's real dope, man. I love everything that you're saying, and I know there's somebody out there that's probably gonna run across this podcast episode, and you might inspire somebody, man. You might really send a youngster that wants to do something along the lines of mixed martial arts to find a way to get into the door, man, and figure it out. What kind of advice would you have for those guys, man?
Train hard, with anything you do. It doesn't have to be mixed martial arts. If you're getting into a sport or what have you, just work hard. Train hard, work hard as often as possible. And don't get frustrated. When you get frustrated, you stop learning. So take a second, take a deep breath, and go back to getting your reps in.
Well, that's a bar. When you're frustrated, you stop learning. Oh, that's a bar. You just taught me something, bro. I wouldn't have thought of it that way. You're right, man. When you start getting frustrated and not paying attention to the connecting the dots, man, you ain't learning not a single thing. You can't get better. Iron sharpens iron, so stay away from those suckers. Anybody that's trying to sandbag you and hold you down. Man, that's wonderful, bro. I don't have much more to ask you, man. I guess I can just get you to elaborate on your next event that we were talking about in November, man. Kind of let the people know where that is, when that is, and what to expect.
So if I remember correctly, it'll be in Houston, and
good deal.
To expect what to expect is the same thing as last time. I'm gonna go out there and I'm going to prepare for the fight. Regardless if I'm preparing for someone short or tall, it's hard to tell with these tournaments because they're randomized brackets. But I'm gonna do the work. I'm gonna get the reps in. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do my best to take home another win.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So you got any social media handles or how people can reach you and follow you and see what's going on with you?
It's Ashton, ASHTON _ Bertrand, BERTRAND _22.
22. Ashton _ Bertrand _ 22. And that's on
my
Instagram.
Yeah.
Good.
That is where you'll find any training clips of mine, any pictures with people I've trained with. So
perfect. I was just about to ask if they had any type of footage for you. So yeah, y'all go catch Ashton at Ashton _ Bertrand _ 22. Like he just said, I'm just repeating to verify. Y'all go see the caption on the bottom whenever I put the episode out. Man, Ashton, it was quite the pleasure chopping it up with you. I'm sorry we had technical difficulties to start the episode. I'm sure I'll be able to clear up some of that early stuff for the listeners so they can hear it. We're gonna wrap it up real tight, man. Be sure to share this with all you peoples, and I'll share it with mine, man. I hope I get to holler at you after your match, so we can get the bounce back. We can talk about what went down, and hopefully, like I said, this won't be the last time that we get down. Because with you, welcome to VisionSport. I'm glad to see you involved with those good folks. Glad to see you involved in everything that we got going on, man. I wish you well, brother.
Thank you. I wish you well. I'm looking forward to next time.
I appreciate you, man. As always, you guys check us out on YouTube at the Black Girl H.A.A.S page. You can catch it on the Spotify, also under Earl Nelson, aka Black Earl. Let's see what else we got going on for you guys. Y'all know where to catch me at Facebook, Black Girl, or at Black Girl H.A.A.S page. IG and TikTok is Black Girl _ H.A.A.S. That's BLACKEARL _HAAS. Appreciate you as always. Y'all keep it 101. Yes, sir.